This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
There's just one place where you can drive the new 2025 Acura Integra for only $289 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us number one.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
There's just one place where you can drive the new 2025 Acura RDX for only $399 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us number one.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them.
With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation.
Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
We're celebrating a new year with new savings at Toyota of Hollywood, the official #1 volume Toyota dealer. Save big on a 24 Corolla, not $24,000, $17,988. Buy with 0% financing, 0 down. We're bringing you deals that strike fast and hard at the #1 volume Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
There's just one place where you can take $10,000 off the 2025 Acura MDX. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us #1.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welt & Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welt & Rayom can help.
There's just one place where you could drive a new Acura ZDX for only $239 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us #1.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty.
afternoon, or I'm sorry, good morning, boys and girls. It could be good afternoon for some of you in other places. It could be evening, could be anything, could be the middle of the night. But either way, welcome aboard. It is Monday, February 10th, 2025. We are ready to rock and roll, talk about a lot of things. Obviously, a terrible Super Bowl, a horrible halftime show, and then the Heat going to make the debut tonight with a couple of players, although they had a horrible performance on Friday. That fourth quarter against the Nets was just reminds you constantly that Bam and Hero, they're role players. One's a super role player, but none of them are real stars. But that's kind of what you get from those kind of moments. And at least a guy like Wiggins will hopefully add a little something to the team and give them a little bit more of an edge. Hopefully he'll play his best basketball here. But we got a bunch of stuff to talk about. The Red Hot Panthers, they're the real team in town. They're on a break now for the, Four Nations, what's it called? I wrote it down somewhere. Four Nations Face-Off. Yeah, that stuff. So they're off for a couple days. We'll talk about that. Panthers are playing well. They're kind of warming up for the second half here and to get it done. So lots and lots and lots of stuff to talk about. Some Dolphin stuff we've got also to talk about because, there's always an idiot or two in the news. So we'll get to that also here on the show. Lots of things to talk about. The Eagles, I know this is the show that we do year in and year out, and we tell ourselves how far the Dolphins are and what they need, yada, 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 broken record, whatever. Nothing's changed in football. You win the line of scrimmage, you win more often than not. Jalen Hurts isn't even a better passer than Brad Johnson. So you dominate. I was saying throughout the week that the Chiefs have the best coach, which they still do. They have the better defensive coordinator. They still do. They have the better quarterback. They still do. They have the best defensive player on the team, Chris Jones. They still do. But what happened was the Eagles had the better offensive and defensive lines, and, that's it, man. The last time the Dolphins were really good, they could win on the offensive and defensive lines, and that was the 70s. Since the 70s, as I've explained many times over, they couldn't win on the both lines of the scrimmage in the 80s. That's why they never got over the hump. In the 90s, they never got to even the big game because they could never win the line of scrimmage on offense and on defense. And in the 2000s, for 24 years, they never put a team out there that can win at the line of scrimmage on offense and defense. Occasionally, do they win on one side of the ball? Yeah, sometimes they'll be a pretty good defense, but they'll never be the offense that you need. So, for those of you that want to go through that whole charade, you don't have the coach either. So it really doesn't matter what offseason you have, to be quite honest. Let's just call it like we see it. You don't have the coach. And so now we're done with that. Let's move on. Eagles got it done because they manhandled the Chiefs. And that's it, dude. That's all it takes. You control the line of scrimmage, you will control the game. And the Kansas City Chiefs could not control the line of scrimmage. It's that simple. And they didn't even have to run the ball. Jalen Hurts had like 70 yards. Saquon had 57. So the quarterback got good yardage, but overall the running backs weren't really dominating. But they did enough. And then on defense, they stifled the Kansas City Chiefs offense. the Chiefs outside of their tight end, they're not really special at wide receiver. And that's something that obviously hurt them, and their offensive line was solid, but not great. And against that Philadelphia front, you were going to need an all-timer on the offensive line. You're going to need the mid-90s Cowboys, that kind of stuff. You're going to need a legendary offensive line in order to take on those kind of guys. That's just the way it is. And they didn't really have that. They had a good line, but not a great line. And so that's where the rubber met the road, and it was over, bro. It was over. And you got to sometimes you just got to tip your hat to the opponent. And as much as I don't want to see Philadelphia fans, Eagles fans, because those people don't deserve anything, but that Eagles team deserves everything. And Howie Roseman is the modern-day Joe Gibbs. Joe Gibbs did it as a coach where he had a system, and the quarterback was interchangeable. Well, Howie Roseman has now a system in Philadelphia, and the head coach and the quarterback are interchangeable. Why? He just builds teams that win the line of scrimmage. That's what they did the last time with Philadelphia, and they won with Nick Foles. What's Jalen Hurts? Slightly better because he can run, but Jalen Hurts ain't shit as a passer. Interchangeable. If you win at the line of scrimmage, if you dominate, not win, if you dominate at the line of scrimmage, man, you can pretty much change up everything. Vic Fangio looked great. Now the talent was better. And I know everybody will come back to Miami, but, still don't forget he didn't blitz yesterday, but he refused to blitz the Tennessee quarterback, and he lost the game. He refused to blitz Lamar Jackson, lost the game. So, he makes his mistakes. There, he didn't have to. There, he could play his scheme and live off of it. When he had to adjust from his scheme, he refused to adjust here, and he paid the price. So as much as you want to praise him there, situationally, he failed Miami. Had a good defense, but he had his moments where he had to adjust, and he failed to adjust. So the old man is good as long as everything goes his way. But if it's not going his way, he doesn't do a very good job of adjusting. Maybe that's why Vic Fangio wasn't a good head coach. Head coaches need to adjust to what's going on. Can't do one thing, try something else. If you can't pressure, the mayonnaise kid, well, then with your regular defense, well, then pressure him. Don't let him sit there and pick you apart and give up a 14-point lead. I just want to make sure we, because, I'll get the stuff on Twitter, on DM, on Instagram, on Blue Sky. Now we're getting stuff on Blue Sky. It's pretty cool. You see with Fangio, and then I remind you, yeah, dude, he had a dominant team, and he didn't have to adjust. But here in Miami, he didn't have exactly what he needed, and he refused to adjust in a key moment, and Levis beat his ass. And when you allow the mayonnaise kid to beat you, that's sad, So it's good. Good for Fangio. Good for Philadelphia. Good for the Eagles. They got what they deserved. The Chiefs, I don't know if the dynasty is over or anything like that, but that was the blow that the rest of the division for the Chiefs should look at and say, well, if we're going to dominate these people, if we're going to beat them, we got to get better at the point of attack. And if you can win at the line of scrimmage, then maybe you'll have a shot against the Chefs. And yesterday, man, Philadelphia, got to give them a ton of credit. They just beat the crap out of Kansas City. They rattled Mahomes. He looked terrible. He made bad decisions. He made bad throws. They couldn't get the running game going. They couldn't get Travis Kelce involved. Impressive manhandling, and it was just an absolutely, terrible performance. Speaking of terrible performances, where's the poll question at, by the way? I put out a poll question yesterday, and you could go to our Twitter page and check it out, because I haven't even looked since yesterday where it's at. Who had the worst performance last night? Kendrick Lamar or the Kansas City Chiefs? And so far, 64% say Kansas City. Kendrick Lamar, terrific rapper, terrific talent. In that setting, absolutely horrible. So let's because I get these butthurt rap fans. Okay. And I like Kendrick Lamar. Don't get me wrong. He's really, really good. DNA's a really good song. I get the whole stuff with him and Drake. I followed it. I've talked about it on the show. Laugh about Drake actually suing his ass. All that stuff. Let me explain something to you all when it comes to business. Okay, because this is business. All right. I love the Deftones. Would I put them in a Super Bowl halftime show? No, I would not. Hardcore rap, and what I mean by hardcore rap, and that's what Kendrick was doing, just flowing the entire time. That doesn't go at a halftime show. Halftime shows, people are mingling, they're talking, guys are talking, women are watching. So you want stuff that everybody knows. You want stuff that everyone can adjust to. You want talent that has depth. Kendrick Lamar is just a rapper, dude. Just a rapper. That's all he can do. As I said yesterday, you're supposed to get Gaga, J. Cole. My daughter loves J. Cole. Hear it all the time. That guy can rap and sing. So you get somebody that has depth, that can, Beyonce. You get somebody that can do all kinds of things and then collaborate with others. Straight rap. People aren't following the beef. That's for young people. The Drake and the Drake Kendrick Lamar bullshit is for young people, and the you like young girls and all that stuff. Dude, I know about all this. I follow it. I get it. But it doesn't fly on the big stage. Sorry. And it flew with Dre and Snoop and all of that because, bro, next episode, generations know that shit. Nobody, no generations know anything about fucking Kendrick Lamar. And not like us. Yes, big song, but not in generations. It's just now for some people, not the majority. Most people don't know Kendrick Lamar. They don't know his catalog. They don't know Snoop and Gin and Juice or California Love or any of that kind of shit. None of his songs are even in the club. Do you understand? That because that's fun rap. That's the rap that you're talking, in the club. Yeah, now you start grooving. Nobody's grooving to Kendrick Lamar, dude. Not the 40, not the 50, not the 60-year-old. You lost everybody over 40 pretty much. They're bored. They're just hearing a guy rap. They're not paying attention. They don't know about the rap war. They're not paying attention to all the little things and Serena and all that bullshit. That you narrowcasted yesterday. The dude is a phenomenal talent. You narrow fucking casted yesterday, NFL. Okay? You narrow casted. That's why you have Alicia Bridges. You have people that can, Alicia Keys, I'm sorry, because that's what you do. You have people that can transcend. Bruno Mars, Gaga, whatever, real talent that can dance, that can sing, that can rap, that can do all kinds of things, that can collaborate. Kendrick Lamar, dude, I'm a U2 fan. He's on, I know Kendrick Lamar. For Christ's sake, Money Trees, terrific song, but that it doesn't fly with the general public. And hardcore rapping like he did the entire time does not fly right now. Maybe 20 years from now, when everybody grew up with all of that, maybe it'll end up flying. But at the moment, you have a lot of women watching. You lost them all, dude. You lost them all. Terrible fucking show. One of the worst halftime shows I have ever seen in my life. And I like Kendrick Lamar. But I got the balls to be honest and kind of explain the business, not to you little rap punks. Okay? You don't understand because you're blinded by your little rap. And this is not the rap you put out there. Snoop's rap goes through generations. It's different. That flies. This doesn't fly, dude. Just does not fly. Lose Yourself. Kendrick Lamar will never have anything like Lose Yourself from Eminem. Nothing that will transcend that way. Ever. That's why you do those kind of things. You can have certain rap, but it has to be the kind of rap that's going to groove, that's going to get people going in a party and all that. Kendrick Lamar's rap did not get anybody going over 40. This was fantastic for people under 25 and some of the people between 25 and 40 that grew up with, hardcore rap and are kind of like into this at that moment. But at that moment, you needed to reach the masses. And you failed miserably at reaching the masses. Why? You put a limited artist out there. You put a guy that can only rap. That's it. Can't dance, can't sing, can't collab. Doesn't fly, dude. Does not fly. It was fucking horrible. It wasn't just horrible. It was amateurish. It was bullshit. That's all. You think anybody gives a shit about Shakira or J-Lo's music? Let's be honest. Who gives a shit about J-Lo's fans or Shakira's fans or Kendrick Lamar's fans? That's all minority bullshit. But the difference is J-Lo and Shakira can dance, can entertain, can bring flash to it. So it makes up for the music that isn't shit anyways. Kendrick Lamar, nobody was paying attention to all the lyrics except young people. They're the only ones that, oh, whoa, he's taking another shot at Drake. Oh, did he do the pedophile? Oh, no, he left out the pedophile. Yeah, well, they're following that shit. Most of the world doesn't know anything about that, doesn't follow it, doesn't give a shit. Nobody gives a shit about J-Lo or Shakira's music. Nobody. Just like Kendrick. Same shit. Nobody's listening to it. They want to be entertained. So when Bruno Mars comes out and sings, collabs, plays the drums, dances, that's entertainment, baby. That's an entertainer. Kendrick Lamar is not an entertainer. So in that stage, in that moment, you need artists that have depth, that can do a variety of things. not just a rapper, bro. And if you're going to do a rapper, then do a Snoop, somebody that transcends. He doesn't. Those are the facts. But whatever. It is what it is. You know, you could bring on a Jelly Roll better than Kendrick Lamar 1,000 times. I'm not a Jelly Roll like fan or anything like that. I'm not a big J. Cole guy. I like some of his songs because I hear it off my daughter, but that dude's fucking talented. That dude can sing and rap. That's what you want to do. So that way J. Cole's then singing and collaborating. Jelly Roll doesn't only do country. He can do rock. He can rap a little bit. He can do everything. So he can collab with different people. So he can bring on different people. SZA and Kendrick Lamar, that's fucking lame, dude. Lame. It's a halftime Super Bowl show. People are in suites. They're at homes. They're in parties. And they're not really like paying attention to every lyric, which is what you have to do. And especially if you don't know anything about it, how are you going to follow all of that? You can't. It's just a guy, blah, 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 and a couple of guys dancing. Horrible, dude. For Super Bowl, horrible. You couldn't have picked a worse type of choreographed crap to put out there for halftime. And he's a fantastic artist. You put somebody in a place where they did not belong. Period. End of story. And that's it. Next time, pick real talent with real depth that can actually sing, rap, entertain, dance, all kinds of stuff. Just a rapper in a jacket and just the whole time, brother, it was the Peanuts teacher. That's what happened last night. You had the Peanuts teacher at halftime. Unfortunately, that's how it translated to so many people. Wah, 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 wah. But it had a jacket and a thick-ass chain. That's it. Anyway. What do we got here on the chat board? Jay Gelfin is in the house. Joseph, Dolphin Dave, NorCal, Fernando Perez, Oscar Rojas, Cosa Nostra, Steven Gonzalez, Horn Dog, Cosa Nostra. Thank you for back-to-back super chats. This is for Jay Myers and for True Fin Fan. I'm with you there. Let's give them both. Congratulations, True Fin Fan. I lost, and I lost a little extra money in the game too because I even took it at plus 9.5, and then I stopped. So they got to come back, and they didn't come back. So it was over. Good for you. I didn't lose a ton, but good for you. Lost my what's it called? The worthy bet. I put that up. Remember, I told you I love that bet. Jeff in Long Island is in the house. Gus 1388. Ray Sosa. One-Eyed Jack. TJ Superman. Sam I Am. Stetson O. Jamie Zoria smashing the like button. Let's see. Big Johnson. Yes, sir. I lost that bet too. Alexis Palenzuela. Lenny Pena. The Eagles defense was dominant last night. Got to give them their flowers. They were the better team. The D-line had Mahomes running for his life. Yeah, they dominated. O-line, D-line dominated that game. Eagles are a blueprint for the Dolphins. Yeah, that's never going to happen, Ray. Yeah, we've been saying this for 40-something years already. Like, you know. And you're not just going to build a dominant line and D-line in the offseason. Plus, you don't have the coach that really can coach it up anyway. So it doesn't really matter. With Mike McDaniel in place, the season is already over. That's all. It's pretty simple. Let's see. Miami's problem is Chris Greer. He doesn't get it. Time to fire Greer. Yeah, well, that's fine, Phil. I would go with Mike McDaniel, the problem, because let's see, if the team should have won with a real coach 3, 4, 5 games last year, so then the talent must be better, right? I don't understand that. You can't have it both ways. A real coach easily would have won 3, 4, 5 more games. A real coach would have had a better backup quarterback, and he would have had his team better prepared, and they easily would have won 3 games. A good coach, maybe 4 or 5. So I'm not exactly sure if the talent was supposed to win 11, 12, or 13 games, but the coach fails. I'm not exactly sure how I just lay it all on Greer. I understand some of you don't like Greer, but see, when I see something from Phil Reed and mentions nothing of Mike McDaniel, and you blame it all on Greer when clearly a real coach like Andy Reid would have won 3, 4, 5 more games this year. Easily. Like easily. So then how could it be Greer only? See, so that's when a guy like Phil Reed sends something in, and I have no respect for that person. Their football opinion doesn't mean jack shit to me. Robert T. Alucard. I'm not sure why Javon Holland should feel any different. Again, did he blitz against Will Levis, and should have he? Or you forgot about that? Because that would have gotten you the bye week. That's on him. Should have blitzed Lamar Jackson. But, hey, you go ahead and worry about what Javon Holland thinks. You know, it's the problem with some of you are you're sheep. You follow what everybody else says, and you don't think for yourselves and go, yeah, I know he did a great job there, but he failed here. He had a chance to make a difference, and, you know, sure, if your talent's good enough not to blitz all game, go ahead and do it. But if your talent's not good enough, you got to change it up and you got to adjust. He didn't adjust. So, Alucard, sorry, my brother. That doesn't fly on this show. Frankie Fresco says the halftime show sucked. Brian Landis in the house. Play actions. Skylar Tipton. Hope Greer and McDaniel were paying it. It doesn't really matter, bro. McDaniel doesn't commit to the run anyway. He's done it for 3 years in a row. It doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? And he had Robert Hunt in the past, and then he doesn't have him this year. So it doesn't really matter. Let's see. Nico, look at the Eagles' last 6 drafts, free agent moves, how good they are. That's what it takes to win a Super Bowl because their head coach is not that great. The front office, yeah. The front office is good. The head coach was there. I'll check that out, Lewis. I will get it done for you, my brother. Christian. And Harris. Ola. Brian Landis, Ashley Williams. That's the worst I've seen KC look in a long time. Well, that's thanks to Philadelphia made them look like that. You got to give Philly the credit. They made Kansas City look bad because they punched them in the mouth on both lines of the scrimmage. That's it. You win at the LOS, you're done, bro. Captain Saki in Tarpon Springs. Jaffrard is in the house. Chris Duquette. Lance McDonald. Halftime show was for the black community. It had a lot of hidden messages. It was for the young community, not the black community, the young community, really, to be honest. Young. Couple of older in the black community if they really follow hardcore rap, but in general, you lost most people with that performance. That's not the performance you put on a Super Bowl show. That's all. Just doesn't go. There are just so many other people that you could have put together to bring real entertainment that is a general, you know, that you could get everybody involved. And everybody kind of, even if they don't know the artist that well, they will adjust to that artist. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. You'll at least give it a chance. The Kendrick, so many people just tune that shit right out, right away. It's not the rap that you put out there at a halftime show for a Super Bowl. It was poorly planned. Let's see. Jafard says halftime show was terrible. I like rap, but I could hardly understand what he was saying. That's another thing. Rap is very dangerous live. Why do I say that? I've been to a lot of rap shows. Rap is not very good live. Not all rappers sound great live. That's kind of a hit and miss thing, too. You have to be careful with that. You'll go to some rap shows and you'll walk away, go, damn, dude, I love him on the album, but it just doesn't translate well live. And sometimes that happens with rap. You know? It was just, it was not the right show for that situation there. Let's see. Bottom line is we don't have the GM that knows how to build a winner. I think they don't have the head coach that can win. Again, should have won a lot more games, and I'm blaming it all. Last year, Fangio lost you 2 games on top of McDaniel. This year, McDaniel lost you a whole bunch of games. So, isn't it funny? The guy that won the Super Bowl yesterday, I can point at 2 games that he contributed to the losses, that he could have made a difference and refused to. So, anyway, Mitchell Egerton, Hurts is way better than Tua. Yeah, sure, Mitchell. Whatever makes you feel better. That's why Hurts had to transfer out of Alabama, because he lost his job. Some of you are just fucking stupid, bro. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can win in that Super Bowl. Anybody, dude. You don't have to do much. Doesn't take much. Anyway, but listen, I expect stupid people out there. There's a lot of you out there. I mention it all the time. There's a lot of you out there. You watch the show or you watch the sports and all that, and you don't know jack shit like Mitchell. There's a lot of you out there. I don't worry about hurting your feelings. Oh my God, he says the people that support him, he says they're not that very smart. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's a bunch of you out there that aren't very smart. Yeah. Greer, McDaniel both need to go. Rifleman, same as Capri Boy. He can't adjust either. I agree. I don't even know why McDaniel's even employed. He's just going to get a bunch of people fired next year. Big O, Cliff Burton would have been 63 today. Crazy, right? Ian in the house. Lisa Rose. J.M. Pearson. The only thing good about the halftime show was the Buick GNX at the beginning. That is true. That car, the Grand National, that is a nice car. That is a nice car. Caesar says, what up, Big O? Kendrick Lamar was asked last night. Uncle Samuel Jackson made the Super Bowl somewhat political, and that's not what the Super Bowl is about to me. Sports and politics have collided forever, my brother. That's kind of always been the deal. So, Kendrick doesn't have enough hit songs to do a halftime show by himself. He doesn't have the kind of hit songs that translate to multiple generations. He has hit songs, but it doesn't translate to multiple generations. He just got one now this year with 2 years ago, whatever, Not Like Us. What is it, 2 years old now? So yeah, that's it. He just got one, and it's still not household. You know what I'm saying? So it was a complete mess up, complete disgrace. So it just doesn't fly in that setting at all. I take J-Lo and Shakira exactly because of this. J-Lo and Shakira only fly because they're beautiful, they're hot, and they dance. Nobody cares about their music. Nobody. And Shakira has that the Hips Don't Lie song, which translates to more generations than anything Kendrick Lamar will ever come up with. Okay? Up until this point, none of his songs will translate like Hips Don't Lie by Shakira. Not even close. And yet, people don't give a shit about Shakira or J-Lo. Nobody cares about their music. Nobody. Couple of fans here or there, a couple of girls that happen to like Shakira, a couple of girls that happen to like J-Lo or whatever. Nobody goes to a J-Lo concert going, "Oh, I can't wait to see her sing." Shakira actually has a really good voice. But again, maybe on the Spanish side or something. But on the English side, nobody gave a shit, dude. But you got by because entertainment. There's real entertainment there. Physically. Kendrick Lamar brought zero entertainment. Zero, dude. Nothing. Serena, that's it. That was the most entertaining part because of the backhanded shots at Drake and all that. That was it. And that's only if you're in the know with that stuff. If not, nobody's going to know anything about that stuff. Oh, Serena's there. I wonder why. You lost so many people with that thing. It was terrible. Terrible, terrible planning. Well, what are you going to do? You know, nobody's perfect. I saw Kendrick live at Lollapalooza in 23, and he showed up 10 minutes late to do an hour set and just stood in place the whole time while rapping. Was very underwhelming, and I like his music. Like I said, dude, there's zero entertainment there. This is halftime of the Super Bowl. You know, Rihanna's wasn't that good. She was pregnant. But really, you would rather want more movement, too, on that one. And Rihanna, Umbrella alone. Kendrick Lamar, you can put his entire catalog from now to the end of Kingdom Come, and he'll never have a song that will translate to multiple generations like Umbrella. None. It's just the way it goes. McDaniel is learning on this is not the place to learn, my brother. And I don't have any more time. I'm done with him anyway. So I'm done with the 25 season that hasn't even started. I'm not even going to training camp. Not even going to bother to go to training camp this year at all. Zero. No mini camps, no training camps, no nothing. I ain't bothering to go to any of that shit. Sorry. Anyway, Brady said a quote from Nick Sirianni that said that the head coach has too many responsibilities. Yeah, I know. And as the offense, and he had to get an offensive coordinator. But McDaniel, of course, is too stubborn. We all thought of McDaniel when he said that. Tyrone Hall says, "Good morning, Big O. The halftime show performance was weak, just like our weak-ass quarterback. Hands down the worst Super Bowl performance I've ever seen. Super Bowl halftime performance I've ever seen," says Crypto Fins. Jimmy Butler, Big O, what does it say about the Dolphins that Fangio left him immediately and won a Super Bowl? Doesn't say anything, my brother. Doesn't say anything. Because of Fangio, you didn't get the bye week last year. You forgot about that also? So many of you, I guess you're just tuning in and not listening to the show. You conveniently forget that he had a chance to adjust as a coach and refused to adjust. So, the team is not built right. You have to build it to win in the trenches and bad weather because looks who you play and where. If you win enough and get home field, great, but you need to be prepared. Again, James, the talent that was on the team should have won 3, 4, or 5 more games. You lost games because you have a bad head coach. A real head coach easily, with the same exact talent, the same exact injuries, everything that went on, you still win 3, 4, or 5 more games. A real head coach. So you can argue and whatever you want about the front office. That's fine. All I'm telling you is he underperformed as a head coach. He should have won way more games, and he did not. Just like the year before and the year before that and the last year of flow. This is 4 years in a row that your head coach and his staff underachieve and do not win more. Was that team built to beat the Philadelphia Eagles or the Kansas City Chiefs? No, I didn't say that. All I said is they were built to win way more games than they did. That's all I'm saying. So they should have been in the playoffs, maybe even have a bye week. I don't know. Or I'm sorry, home field, not bye week, home field. And they couldn't even get that. They couldn't even get in. But with the talent they had, they should have had a home field advantage in the first round. And they didn't. So I get it. You guys, you want to fire Chris Greer, that's fine. I have no problem. But to just overlook the fact that McDaniel should have won way more games, I just can't let that slide. And the laziness of you guys out there with Fangio when he completely failed the team in the Tennessee and the Baltimore game because he refused to adjust. It's like short-term memories. Why? Because he had a loaded team that dominated? Yeah. Frankie, I like Shakira's music too. But again, is it something that I'm really like clamoring for? Not really. Whatever. That is completely accurate right there, Greg. Isn't the GM responsible for searching for and hiring the head coach? Amen. That's the one I can't defend. Cannot defend. So, yeah. I would have already fired him. I would have fired him during the season. But I get it. This front office is in a rock and a hard place. They cannot fire the coach now. They're stuck with him. Yeah, don't put J-Lo on Shakira's level, not even close. No, I get it. Shakira's a real singer. But again, my point is, in America, performing on Super Bowl halftime show, the average American doesn't give 3 flying Fs about Shakira's music. Bro, this isn't, go to Latin and Central America. Maybe they're going crazy over her Spanish music or something. Here in this country, okay, in general, most people don't give a shit about Shakira's music. They just like Shakira because she's beautiful and she's, dances and entertains, got a beautiful voice, all that. But at the halftime show, nobody's standing there going, oh, I can't wait to hear Shakira's song this, sing that, do this tune. Nobody's saying that, dude. That's like less than 1% of the people saying that. I'm just being honest. Dude. That's all. And that's why Kendrick Lamar was a waste. Can't sing, can't entertain, and just straight rap. That shit don't fly right now. Not for a halftime show. Terrible planning on their part. Tyrone, how J-Lo and Shakira would have brung all men of culture together. Exactly. Big O, YouTube best halftime show ever. Love the YouTube halftime show. Let's see. The way Big O has Greer's back, maybe they should listen to what he believes they should do. Listen, man, one of the things that I would say with the front office is that they've got to stop appeasing their coaches too much. And they've got to tell the coaches what they think and what they need to do. And that's something that has hurt the front office. And they can't hire the right coach. That I can't argue. They can't find the right coach. And that's been a huge detriment to what they do. Because put it this way, if they win the amount of games they're supposed to win over the last couple of years, we would all be in a different state of mind. You know what I'm saying? But because they haven't won the amount of games they're supposed to win, 3 to 5 games this year, easily 3 games last year, a couple more the year before that, we'd all be looking at the team going, well, wait a minute, this has been a hell of a 3 years, double-digit wins every year and all that. But that would have required a coach that would have made the right decisions, stick to the run, fire the special teams coach a couple of years ago, whatever. All of these kind of things. And it just doesn't happen. So, listen, you all are just in wanting to fire everybody. I get it. The results haven't been there. I just trip out on anybody that thinks it's all Greer when the talent has been there to win more. And that cannot be just, you can't gloss over it, just like the whole Fangio thing. This is the same thing. One tool says it, the other tools repeat it. Oh, well, I guess he was right when he was here and they were wrong. Well, no, he wasn't. He wasn't right. He did not adjust to what he had. He didn't have the talent in Philadelphia. He had different talent here. So he had to do different things at times. Did he refuse to do it? Yes. So he's not a very good coach. He's only good if it fits what he wants to do. But if he doesn't have what he needs, he won't adjust. This requires you to blitz? No, I refuse to blitz. Okay. You're going to let a bad quarterback pick you apart for 14 points in, 3-5 minutes? Something like that? Yeah. By the way, Welton Rayom, we love talking about Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom, bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. Reach out to our guys at Welton Rayom, 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. We've experienced it ourselves. Trust me, nobody better than Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom. A ton of our listeners have been experiencing it. Call them, 954-966-4646. The consultation is completely free. Welt and Rayom. Ty in the Bronx, thank you for the love in the super chat, sir. Says running QB won the Super Bowl. Yeah. A mediocre QB won the Super Bowl. A guy worse than Brad Johnson won the Super Bowl. Anybody could win the Super Bowl with that Eagles team, bro. Fantastic. Freaking awesome. All right, what else do we have? Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which we always love that. And Bitcoin right now is, where is it at? What's it doing? 97,000 right now. All right. Until they turn on them printers, man. And soon they'll be asking to raise the debt ceiling. So it'll happen soon. Hang in there. Gold just hit an all-time high. Let's see. Frankie Fresco, thank you for the love in the super chat, sir. Big O, do you think there will ever be a halftime show led by a Spanish artist like a Bad Bunny, or do they have English singing tracks? A Bad Bunny might go if he collabs with some other artists and stuff like that. It might fly. I could see something like that down the line. Sure. I still would rather you get an entertainer, overall, and get people that can, Dude, Usher was good, Chase, because Usher can. Help me out. Usher can sing, entertain, rap, dance. Are you going to compare Kendrick Lamar to Usher? That's why I said if you're going to get a rapper, get J. Cole, dude. Okay? And J. Cole's not nearly as popular as Kendrick Lamar, right? You would say Kendrick's a little bit more popular, and J. Cole's super popular. But J. Cole's a talent, dude. Go watch the guy. He can sing and rap. So now you can bring on multiple artists, and he can go back and forth with them. He's got something to him, you know what I'm saying? Jelly Roll, again, not necessarily going to dance, but he's got variety in his voice. He could do country, obviously. He could do rock. He can rap. He's got a great voice. He's a character. So, you know, and you can collab with him. My guy, Teddy Swims, would be awesome, but he's not big enough right now for that guy because he just burst onto the scene. You got to get the right people. Dude, the Foo Fighters would have been better than Kendrick Lamar. The Foo Fighters have at least some songs that can translate, and you can bring on a couple of different artists at the same time to kind of collab. That was just not a good choice, man. Wasn't a good choice. It was not for that setting. He's fantastic in his own right. He doesn't belong in a Super Bowl halftime show. That's all. Just think of the ambiances where everybody's in a halftime show. If they're in a suite, they're in the club level, if they're at home, if they're with their friends and family members and they're glancing and talking on, you want something that can make you groove. If some guy's just rapping, it's just wow, you're not paying attention to it. It was great for kids 25 and under. That crowd 25 and under ate it up. It was the greatest halftime show for them. But the general population, blue chow. Blue chow. So, anyway. Chris is a huge talent, but he's crazy. Chris Stapleton. Not Chris Brown. There's a guy. I know maybe you guys don't like country. I'm not the biggest country guy, but he has some range. You could have brought some different people on from different genres to kind of perform with him. You know, you gotta find a way to be a little bit more creative so you can reach a more general audience. And that halftime show was narrowcasting, not broadcasting. So, I'm not overlooking anything. Horrible GMs hired 2 horrible head coaches. Nothing else to say except I'm already dreading this upcoming season. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I really have no desire for this season that's upcoming. I really don't. I really have, I am not looking forward to it at all in any way, shape, or form. I think Mike McDaniel's an absolute waste. You know? So, sucks. Miami Dolphins need to draft some brass balls for each player. This team still soft, ain't winning with the trenches. Pretending this O-line is more than average is hysterical. I don't think anybody's saying that the line is more than average. It can't punch anybody in the mouth, so you can't do anything about that. Hopefully now you move forward with Patrick Paul and you get somebody durable on that left side. Okay. Let's by the way, let's address a couple of other things. I'm not going to play the sound bites of Tyreek Hill with Kay Adams because that fluff shit was just his weak ass apology, if you can call it an apology or whatever it is. Tyreek Hill has zero credibility. Nothing that he says can ever be believed until he actually goes out and does it. And does it really matter? He's gone after this season. So it doesn't really matter. In the end, we're just dealing with Tyreek's final year as a Miami Dolphin. But he was still in a joking around mood. He really wasn't apologizing to anybody. He was still trying to justify how he quit and how he handled or mishandled the situation at the end of the game with the Jets. It's just, to me, I've had enough. I've seen enough. I'm tired of the con game. And, you know, if you really want to change, then we'll see it with actions, my brother. But all the talk is so cheap. It really is. It meant nothing whatsoever what Tyreek was saying on Adams. Just nothing. By the way, you know the Kay Adams girl, she's a cute girl, isn't she? You would say that, Sean, right? Cute girl. Have you guys watched that makeup commercial she did? Okay, because she's a good-looking girl, right? It's really weird how that makeup commercial she did kind of shows like some weirdness in her face. Like it was a makeup commercial and the makeup wasn't hiding everything. You guys ever see it and run into it? It's a commercial of like she's like I still got to be a reporter and this and that and all that, whatever. It's kind of like a weird thing. It was just kind of odd, like a makeup commercial that has that defect because the 4K shows you everything. Kind of odd, but just really just fluff. And none of it just wasn't something that I could see. My problem is I can't take him serious anymore. So it's hard for me when I'm listening to Tyreek actually believe anything he says or that he's going to do. The good thing is it seems like writers, some of you silly YouTubers out there, radio people, I guess, you ended the whole stupid Tyreek trade stuff, right? Because I think we kept telling you over and over again, there's no shot they trade him. How are they going to trade him and then minimize their cap space? Create dead cap space. That way you can get less players? That doesn't make any sense. They already made the mistake of extending him and guaranteeing him the money. Now you're stuck with him. And you're only stuck with him for one more year. After next season, they will cut him. He will not be on the Miami Dolphins for the 26th season. That I can guarantee you. Anyway, agree with you. My son is 10 and daughter 13. Best halftime ever for both. Of course. Of course. Big O, I know it's not a crypto show. I can lower my average on ADA. You still into Cardano? Are you staking it? If you're staking it on Exodus, see, here's my problem with Cardano. Okay, as I told you guys this. Cardano has I like Cardano, but I don't think it's going to go as high as people think it is. I think it'll go maybe to $3-4. Something like that in this bull run when it's all said and done. Do I think it's going to go to $10 or $15 like people say? No, I don't, actually. But I do think it'll go up. Now, the question is, are you staking at the same time? Like on Exodus, you can get it for, or, Trust Wallet or Coinbase or whatever. But I'm just giving you an example because you can stake them in different places. I'm just going to, let me get you the percentage. here, so I'm accurate on this. 2.7%. So if you're at least staking and getting, you're adding free Cardano every month, then that helps because you're automatically lowering your average. So that'll be good for you when it's all said and done. So if you're at least if you're staking, then yeah, I'm all right with adding. Now again, I don't think it's going to flip as many times as I think Ondo's going to flip. I don't think it's going to flip nearly as many times as I think H-bar is going to flip. You know what I'm saying? So there are some other ones that I would put more money in and expect it to flip more than Cardano where it's at right now. The good thing is it's gone down, so that'll allow you. But I don't think it goes more than $3 or $4 in this bull run. I just don't. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's see, what else do you have here? Same way with the Hurricanes. Until Chris Greer is gone, I don't see the Dolphins making any positive moves. Same with the Hurricanes. When the upper brass wasn't solid leaders, it showed on the line or tie, or I guess he means line.
I think he was trying to go with field.
Oh, field. Okay.
And it's just FIE.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yep. They should have aired the Elvis 73 Hawaii tour on the screen. Would have been better. Pop and K-pop in the culture for young fans. Probably. High def shows exactly how much makeup the women and men on TV use. Without it, most look like us regular Jills and Joes. As long as Jay-Z is making the calls, every halftime show is going to look like that. No, but that's not true. We had Rihanna in the last halftime show. So not true, my brother. Well, not last halftime show, but what's it called? That was like 2 or 3 ago, right? The Rihanna one. I think it was something like that, 2 or 3 ago. So yeah, no, I don't think so. I think you can have a variety with what's it called, with Rock Nation, because he's put out a variety, right? So you had Rihanna, you had Alicia Keys. That was last year, Alicia Keys. So that's cool. Jermaine Dupri, which I never thought I would see a Jermaine Dupri in a Super Bowl halftime show. Little John was yeah, and Ludacris, he was there. So you could get. By the way, when you had Dr. Dre and Snoop and Eminem and all that, Kendrick Lamar was there, and that's how Kendrick Lamar should be, complimenting Mary J. Blige, complimenting Eminem and Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, people that have generational songs that all kinds of people sing. That's where Kendrick belonged. I like the Weeknd one. Now, it was kind of funky in the mirrors and the lights and all that, but I like the Weeknd. Okay? So to me, that wasn't a bad show. Some people didn't like when he went to the smaller stage, but that was good for TV purposes. If you were in the stadium, I'm sure it sucked. You know what I'm saying? But I like the Weeknd. Shakira and J-Lo was just something that, whatever. Maroon 5. See, Maroon 5, he's a talent. He can sing, he's got great range, he can play all kinds of instruments, and then you brought on a bunch of people. Travis Scott was on there with him, Georgia Satellites, Big Boy. So he had all kinds of people on with him at the same time. Justin Timberlake, of course. We don't know what happened there. Lady Gaga, Coldplay. So just got to go with people that they transcend to more generations, more cultures. Kendrick Lamar, that's narrowcasting, not broadcasting. That was bad. That was really bad. And it's not his fault, and he's terrific. But in that setting, just didn't fly. Just didn't fly. Oh, I agree with you that Fangio never adjusted, but damn, if we had a competent coach, would have been different. Well, he was incompetent last year, Fangio. So, can't say anything about that, you know? Finns have been bad for 37 years. That's over 40 already. They never win. They've been a soft. They were soft in 82. Wiggins ran all over them. And then with Marino, San Francisco dominated their ass. Whatever, dude. Dolphins have always been a soft team. Nothing's changed, dude. The Bills in the early 90s kicked their ass round side over and over again. My God, Thurman Thomas had 300 yards on their ass. What was the stats that day? Didn't you read them once to us before, Sean? The stats that day were just crazy for Thurman Thomas. I think he had like 290 yards or 300 yards or something. I might be exaggerating, but it was just ridiculous. God. I've never recovered from that. That's why I'm just not wasting my time this year with this, because you don't have the coach and you certainly don't have the physicality that you need. So, Big O, when are the Dolphins going to get out of this functional ways? I have no idea, but it won't be this year because you have the same head coach. Morgan Wallen would be a great halftime show, very versatile country artist. That's what you need. If you have a country artist that can be versatile, that'll help. You know? Definitely. That's why I said Chris Stapleton might not be a bad option for a halftime show. You know what I mean? I know country's tough, just like rap. It's tough, but you got to get the right people, like they did when they had Dre and Eminem and 50 Cent and all that. Legendary song after legendary song after legendary song after legendary artist. How the hell do you lose? You know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar is not there, bro. Let's see. Big O, the problem is that I'm old and don't understand today's music, out of the loop with these new artists. I'm still old school rock. No, I get it. I follow Kendrick. I'm not like this enormous Kendrick Lamar fan. I know some of his songs. I've seen him live. That's not the point. Okay? The point is, in that setting, doesn't fly. That's all. He's terrific in his own right, bro. But that's not the setting you use him for. That's all. Nothing wrong with even if you don't keep up with it, you don't keep up with the stupid shit between him and Drake and all that, or you had no idea why Serena was there, or, or you were waiting for him to call him a pedophile and he didn't use the line. He just used I heard you like him young and all that. That's it. So weak that Drake is. Look, you know what? I'm old. We didn't give a shit about Kool Mo D having LL Cool J's Can Go under the tire of his album. We knew about it. We know about this thing. Was the general public? Let me see here. Let me see. Kool Mo D, and I'm gonna put album cover, and it'll go. because people, oh, the beef and this and that, bro. Most people aren't following this. They don't care. And this is a great example. Back in the day, Kool Moe Dee came out with an album. Okay. And How You Like Me Now. And in that album, because he and LL Cool J had a beef. Now, can you take off that that scroll, please? You see the Kango under the tire? That was, they were having a beef, Kool Moe Dee and LL Cool J back in the day. And so when he took out that, he put LL Cool J's Kango under the tire of that. And that was kind of like a shot. Whatever. The general public is not, and How You Like Me Now and Wild Wild West and all that. Those are big songs for Kool Moe Dee. Although my favorite song is Knowledge is King. But again, we have to compartmentalize. I don't give a shit that I like Kendrick Lamar or Kool Moe Dee. I have to look at it in the lens of the Super Bowl, of the general public watching. And Kendrick Lamar does not reach the general public. And for you silly fools out there, didn't you keep up with the Kendrick and Lamar beef? No, most people did not, dude. No. Just because you think so, that doesn't mean so. Most people didn't keep up with Kool Moe Dee and LL Cool J. I love being old in that sense. I have more perspective than some shithead that's 25 or 35. So just, it's this thing that you guys put this importance on it. Like it's, everybody's, no, they're not. They're not following it, dude. They're not following it, and they don't care. Okay? They don't care. And don't forget to use our code BIG010 at Caneswear so you can get 10% off anything in the store, baby. Okay, you can't get this Dirty Bird hat. You can only get this Dirty Bird hat in Buffalo. Only. Got to visit the Dirty Bird and then purchase the hat there, although their food is fantastic. And, God, now I'm forgetting the manager's name, the big Dolphin fan that watches our show. Do you remember his name, the big strong guy with the big arms? Damn it, what's his name? That's bad on my part. That's bad on my part. Oh, man. It's not Brandon, but it's like that. Sean's mind is working. He went back and went, what's he say? Damn it. Big O, if you liked The Weeknd, I hope you enjoyed his video, Save Your Tears, because my daughter is the model who appears in that video with him. Wow, that's very cool. I didn't know that. But the new album's actually good stuff, man. I like it. I like The Weeknd, so I'm good with that. Nick says, I just learned what a diss track was from the Grammys. There you go. You know what? Be honest now. How many of you that are old did not know that Kool Moe Dee took a shot at LL Cool J with that album and had the Kango under the tire? Because I would bet a lot of people from our generation have no idea. Didn't follow it, didn't care, whatever. I'm just wondering. Young people aren't going to know because they're not supposed to know. But I'm just wondering, those of you that are older and you lived in that era, did you even follow it? Did you know about that? Because I would say I bet a lot of people did not. Skull Eater, not me, and I'm 52. See what I'm saying? Oh, you finally listened to the new Weekend album. Isn't it amazing? Great final album for the moniker for him. So what's he going to become after that? And by the way, good. I really, he's a good talent, man. I like him, man. I like him. I did not know who Cool was. Oh, you didn't know Cool Modi? Oh, come on. Really? Oh, you got to catch up to Cool Modi. Come on. Damn. Wow, he didn't know Cool Modi, and he's from that era. Ray Grullon says, nope, I was not aware. Big O, I didn't know, didn't care, never heard of them. And Brett is old enough. Horn Dog says, I did. LL and KMD went at it for a year. You know, Horn Dog, I figured you would be with me there and knowing that. But a lot of people won't. Pat in Nashville said, had no clue, but I'm damn disappointed in Cool Modi's D. Big O, did you see the dancer taking out the Palestine flag? Where in the performance? I did not notice it. I don't know. What happened?
Apparently it was at the beginning. He's on the GNX at the beginning of the performance. Apparently it wasn't a dancer. I don't know if it was a dancer or somebody that got on there because they end up chasing him off the stage and tackling him.
Oh, okay.
In the video. So I don't know if it was necessarily a dancer or somebody that got into the performance somehow. I don't know all the...
The only time I have problems with Palestinians is when they try to support Hamas. That's when I want to throw your ass right into the center of Gaza. Okay? That's the only time. You know, I get it. I don't, nobody wants to lose their country and nobody should be kicked out of their country or any of that. The only time I have problems with Palestinian people is if they try to, support a disgusting organization like that. You know what I'm saying? Because then that means you're the same piece of shit they are. So, off with you. Get the hell out of here. Kick their ass out. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only time I have a problem with them. Because, you do that, then you're garbage. He's just going to go under his real name, Abel Tesfaye. Oh, really? Or Abel Tesfaye. Okay. Going on 49 here, and I do remember the Cool Modi versus LL Cool J. Lewis remembers. Antonio. Wow, West. Lord Warden says, I'm 50. I followed the beef rigorously as a teenager in Dade County. Lewis says, Beef Cool Modi was a member of the Treacherous Three. Lord Warden was a protester crashing the performance. Big O, last year's Usher Super Bowl performance was really good, and having Alicia Keys as a cameo for a song was a nice touch. What did you think of? Bro, I love last year's performance. Usher is a talent, a super talent. Usher can sing, can rap, can dance, can perform. Kendrick Lamar does nothing. He raps. That's it. That's all. And he doesn't even have real, like the catchy raps that Snoop and others have been able to accomplish over the years that become household songs that you'll gin and juice forever, dude. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't even have that. So it's got to be, if you're not doing it like that, that's where that kind of hardcore rap where you're just rapping the entire time straight, all boring. In that setting, super boring, bro. Super boring. That's not the setting that you need to keep up with. You want entertainment where you could glance and look, all right, grooving, all right, yeah. The chorus came in, all right. The dancing, oh wow, that's cool. That, and then you go back to the conversation. If it's just rap, you just, what? 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 You can't keep up with it. So, you know. Let's see. What else do we have? I don't, but I remember KRS and McShann. Ooh, KRS. Think Blue Dodgers is checking in from LA. Frankie, did I miss your super chat? Did I? Game and halftime sucked. What about the commercials? You know, Frankie, the Seal one was terrible. Mountain, you can do better than that. Okay, that was terrible. I only liked one commercial. What was it? Shows you how much it stuck to me. I got to try to remember it now, Frankie, but there was one commercial where my wife and I kind of laughed, and that's about it. But I don't remember a lot of commercials that were good, man. To be quite honest, I wasn't impressed with any of the commercials. And thank you for the super chat. Let's see. He was also feeling up on Alicia Keys. Well, if Alicia Keys was next to you and she's got that backside, wouldn't you want to squeeze the Charmin? I'm just saying. That's like standing next to Erykah Badu. With that junk in the trunk, I got to be Mr. Whipple. Asses are there to squeeze. You know, unless your girl is a pirate's dream. Oh, I'm sorry, a carpenter's dream, flat as a board. You know, well, then you got nothing to squeeze. But I can tell you that us Latin dudes, and I'm going to throw the brothers in with me, okay? But if our woman has an ass, it's like Charmin to us, baby. It's like Charmin to us. Doesn't matter where it's at. You're squeezing. My wife's got an ass. I am Charmin all over, bro. I am Whipple. I was whippling it this weekend. We're out, reached over to the back, had to take a squeeze. I'm just saying. So if he was feeling on Alicia Keys, Usher he's doing it right. You know, there are some women that, you know, it's just kind of the way it goes. And if, what is it, Swiss Beats, right? Isn't Swiss Beats the one married to Alicia Keys, I want to say? What can I tell you? What can I tell you? Got to beat that ass. Let's see. What else do we have? Love the Instacart commercial where work all the mascots. I don't remember it now. I remember Kool Moe Dee also snatched a gold rope chain off of LL Cool J lookalike in a music video. Most commercials these days are uber lame. Horrible product all around the NFL on a decline. Let's see. Ryan Tannehill with that team. You know what? Ryan Tannehill might even be able to win with Philadelphia. You only have to make like 2 or 3 throws. You don't have to do a lot, bro, on that team. So, yeah. I mean, listen, dude. He's not better than Brad Johnson. Brad Johnson's a better passer than Jalen Hurts. And Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl. So, yeah. Frankie Fresco with another super chat. Damn, Frankie, thank you. Sean can agree WrestleMania better than Super Bowl. Sean? Yes, 2 thumbs up. He agrees. Oh, man. MJ and Price performances will always be 1 and 2. Nothing can top those legends. MJ and Price performances.
I'll come in and translate the Chatanese that's going on here. He's saying MJ and Prince performance will always be 1 and 2.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. Prince. Okay. Yes, definitely. In the rain. Are you kidding me? That was here, wasn't it? Wasn't that Miami? Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you can't top Prince. Again, Prince can sing, rap, dance, entertain. You know. What are we talking about here? Michael Jackson, sing, dance, entertain. Kendrick Lamar. That's kiddie play, bro. He's a minor leaguer. That's what you do. Usher, major leagues. Bruno Mars, major leagues. Michael Jackson, major leagues. Kendrick Lamar is a single A hitter, bro. He's instructional league in baseball. He's not even single A. Okay? He's not even in the high desert. He's in the instructional league. Come on, man. What are we talking about here? That's what you do at halftime. You put an entertainer at halftime. You don't put just a rapper, a limited rapper. That's all he can do. Hardcore rap. Can't translate to real poppiness. Can't sing. Can't perform. Can't dance. Brings nothing to the table. Except his little chain to take a shot at Drake and all that. That's silliness. That's nothing. That's why you got to bring Beyonce. You got to bring an entertainer. What you got, Sean?
No, I was going to ask you, and I'm sure it's off of some Michael Jackson documentary, but did you see the footage they released, a little clip of him doing the Super Bowl performance?
I saw it, yeah, of course.
No, I'm saying with the producer underneath, because they made it, the producer said, usually I don't make agreements with the talent, but it was freaking Michael Jackson. He said, do not start my soundtracks until I grab my glasses. So okay. Michael Jackson stood up there for 20 seconds, letting the crowd build up. And you can, the producers are on, so they're doing and Bruce like, grab your glasses, because they're on a time crunch. They know when they have to be in and out. They're like, right. Grab your glasses, Michael, grab your freaking glasses, And he's just sitting there, he's just looking to the side, just letting it all. And he's like, but he knew how to get the people in. And Michael then as soon as he grabbed the glasses, it freaking went off. It was just funny to hear it, because you can hear them freaking out like, oh, we're already, and they're like, it's only 20 seconds, but we're losing our mind going, this 20 seconds of TV time here, you're losing. So it was just funny to hear it, but it just showed like what kind of, again, we all know what kind of superstar he was, but it was just.
Bro, when Michael Jackson was 5 years old, he was already ahead of Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. He was an entertainer out of the womb.
That's it. Ask anybody that watched him like I did. When he was 5 years old, you could already put him at halftime of a Super Bowl show. Nobody will watch Kendrick Lamar over 5-year-old Michael Jackson. Forget 40, 30, 25, 50-year-old Michael Jackson. That's not even a discussion. 5-year-old Michael Jackson over Kendrick Lamar, Super Bowl halftime. You get an artist, bro, a performer, a real singer. If they can rap, great, but you don't get just a rapper. Just a rapper? How minor league is that, dude? cheesy ass halftime show yesterday. Cheesy ass halftime show. No real depth at looking at. You have so much talent out there that you can pick from and create an amazing halftime show, and you picked a narrow-casted rapper. Bunch of 25-year-olds and under enjoyed it, and that's it. Everybody else said, que clase mierda. Prince, an amazing guitarist. Brett, Prince was everything. He played every instrument. He did it all, bro. Yeah, he was a phenomenal guitarist, but he is a complete musician. He wrote all, his first couple albums, he wrote all the music. All of it. All of it. Every instrument, he wrote it. It's just ridiculous. Prince's talent is just, and because he's Prince, even like rock guitarist fans, like rock fans that love their rock guitarist, and we'll talk about Eric Clapton and Jimi Hendrix and Eddie Van Halen and all that stuff, and they'll never mention Prince. And Prince is right up there. It is amazing on that one. Horn Dog says, the only thing I liked about the commercials this year was Trick Daddy and Rick Ross music were used in the commercials. Big win for South Florida artists. Okay. Pretty cool there. Didn't notice that, but that's pretty cool. They already got Bruno Mars, I remember, and it was fantastic. He sung, he danced, he played drums, he was all over the place. The only thing I would say about that one was they didn't use enough of Red Hot Chili Peppers in that one. But I love Bruno Mars. He's fantastic. We're talking about a real talent. That's an entertainer. Kendrick Lamar's not an entertainer, just a rapper. That's all he is. That's all he can do. Grab a mic and rap. That's not enough for a Super Bowl halftime show. Just not enough. I third that WrestleMania was better than the Super Bowl. Even the upcoming AEW PPV will be better than the Super Bowl. Metallica has never been asked to perform at halftime. Biggest band of my generation. Yeah. I don't know if again, that's narrow casting too. Even though Enter Sandman is a bigger song than anything Kendrick Lamar will ever come up with in his entire life. I'm even giving you the rest of Kendrick Lamar's career. Okay? He will never have a song like Enter Sandman. Never. And it's still, Metallica would be limited because there'll be a lot of people that cannot listen to that music. You know what I'm saying? And I love Metallica. But it doesn't transcend nearly as much. And it doesn't entertain nearly as much. As much as I love it and you love it, for the general public, Metallica is not good for a Super Bowl. Better than Kendrick Lamar, because you can, bring in a couple more rock stars with it and all that. But, yeah. But interesting. Enter Sandman, you can forget about it, bro. Nothing Kendrick Lamar will come up with will transcend like Enter Sandman. Not even close. Not even close. I can already predict that for the rest of his career. So, but either way, I wouldn't put Kendrick Lamar and I wouldn't put Metallica for a halftime show. Even though I would love the Metallica one, but I'm narrow casting again. Yes, sir.
You know what they should do, and this is more wrestling-esque, but actually I think they did it for 1 year for the Patriots with Ozzy, didn't they? He played the song when they came running out. They played what was the song that they played? I
don't remember now.
For their things, but I think they played it live, and then it was the team running out onto the field. Crazy Train.
It was Crazy Train?
I think it was Crazy Train, and they played it, and then they should do that with somebody that would allow for your Metallicas And you know, one for the boom, they play that, and then the team hits the field. Now you get a little bit of a mini. I mean, I know I'm adding to what's already a 7-hour broadcast before the game starts, but
right.
I think that way you can get some of these bands in that's not a halftime show because it's not as entertaining, but they're still there on that stage.
They did what you said, except they did it with two actors.
Yes, yeah, the introductions, yeah.
Introduction, so you could do it with a band.
Yeah, you had the bands lead them out or whatever the songs are or whatever. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. That would be cool. I got no problem with that. That'll be awesome. When I was 8 in 1984, Michael Jackson was in the Magic Kingdom at the same time as my family. We got his autograph and picture in our photo album. We saw him a few times that day. Unreal. That's pretty cool. Jesus, can we talk about something else besides K. Dot? What do you want to talk about? 850 Canes. What do you want to talk about? What's on your cranium? What do you want to talk about? I'm just wondering. By the way, let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar and the great Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443, custom printing and embroidery. Eagles over the Chiefs last night in the Super Bowl 40-22. Jalen Hurts gets the MVP. Season is finally over. Next up, it'll be free agency and the draft in the NFL. Panthers, they are 5-1 in their last 6 home games, 8-3 overall in the last 11. And they're, by the way, they are 16-10 in their last 26. Saturday, they defeated Ottawa 5-1. They're off till February 22nd. The Four Nations face-off starts on the 12th in 2 days. Canada, Finland, Sweden, and the U.S. taking on each other. On February 22nd, the Panthers will be back. They will host Seattle at 6 o'clock at Amerant Bank Arena. On the hardwood, the Miami Heat lost to the Nets. Terrible fourth quarter, 102-86. Tonight, Wiggins, Davion Mitchell, and Kyle Anderson will all make their debut as the Heat will take on the Celtics at the Kaseya Center. Tip-off will be at 7:30. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. Imagine if the Dolphins had a real front office and knew how to draft and give away 3 first-round picks for a midget, unhappy receiver. I think Dua Lipa could be a good one for the young crowd and older crowd. She would also bring out people, I think. I like that one. I like the Dua Lipa one. That's not bad. She can collab with people. That's a very good one right there. That's creative. That could reach more people. Much better than Kendrick Lamar. Much better. Yeah. Let's see who else. Who remembers the halftime they did in 3D? That was awesome when I was a kid. Which one was that, the 3D? I don't remember now. Let's talk about Jerry Jones being the idiot as usual, talking about trading his best player. Let's not say we did. Although over the weekend, he did say that it wasn't, it's not the Super Bowl if the Cowboys aren't in it. I'm like, well, you're the owner, bro. That's why they'll never be in it again. So, how is the Doritos commercial? Education? The extraterrestrials do exist. Laughable. I don't remember it now. If it was any good. Cowboy Talk, go to ESPN for that. Did you see Wiggins' reaction where the Heat squad were playing drums? Wiggins looks like he did not want to be there. I don't know. We'll see what happens with all of that. So we talked a little bit about the Tyreek stuff. Dan Marino set to throw out the first pitch for the Marlins home opener. That will be the only thing that I watch with the Marlins this year. Is that what you're clapping about, Sean? Just Marino?
Yeah. That's the only thing they're going to show on TV, right? They're just going to throw the first pitch and then.
That's the only thing I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch Marino throw out the first pitch, and then I'm just going to turn it off. And I'll watch the Marlins again for the rest of the year.
And there's your Marlins cover.
And that's it. That's all. I don't need to watch the Marlins anymore. Who gives a shit about the Marlins? But I saw that, and I'm like, all right, well, that guarantees them a sellout. They'll have a good crowd for the opener. Jimmy Butler played well over the weekend. Question is, how long will it last, and when will his body break down? How about being a Mavs fan? You trade Luka, your heart is broken, dumbest trade ever. They get not enough in return. And Anthony Davis gets injured in his first game as a Dallas Maverick. He suffers an abductor injury, which, by the way, if it's a minor injury, it's weeks. If it's a major injury, it's months, which means he's done for the year. So we'll find out. He had 26 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 blocks when he got injured in the third quarter. I mean, he was having a game and a half. And they have 3 years, $175 million left. Wow. 3 years, $175 million for an often injured, for a very injury-prone player. That is crazy, man. I mean, that trade. I know they were saying, well, he's stayed healthy the last year. Yeah, so how long do you think that's going to last? Because if you know anything about Anthony Davis, this is a guy that gets injured all the time, dude. All the damn time. Wow. So now we'll wait for the Jimmy Butler injury is what we'll wait for. Because you know that's coming. He had a good game on, what was it, Sunday or Saturday, I think it was. Played well. Made his debut. So we'll see what happens tonight if things start to get better and they start getting a better collective effort from this team night in and night out, and they get better and tougher on defense because, man, they definitely need that in a big-time way. Can I get a birthday shout-out to the kid? Luke turned 5 today. Time is flying. Sadly, he was born into Dolphin fandom, too. Luke, happy birthday to you, sir. I hope you have a great day, Luke. I hope they give you everything that you want. Okay? So pressure's on you, NorCal. Rusty, got to come through. Got to come through now for Luke. All right? So whatever the 5-year-old wants, he gets.
That's Chado.
Huh? Who was it?
Chad, not NorCal, Chad.
Oh, it was Chad? Oh, I'm sorry. Why did I think NorCal? Chad, make sure you take care of Luke. Okay? Not NorCal.
I mean, NorCal and Rusty could get some gifts for him, too. I mean, you know, I'm not saying that.
It could. But Chad, make sure you take care of Luke because 5-year-olds, the law is they get everything they want. So, Luke, today, if you want ice cream, they got to give it to you. If you want to go to an arcade, they got to take you. If you want to go to a carnival, they got to take. It's the law. When you're 5 or 10, they have to do everything that you want. Okay? So, happy birthday to you, Luke. And I'm jealous because you're going to get everything you want today. It's awesome. Okay? Tell them to take you to Play World to get any toy you want. Or KB Toys. Those places are awesome if they can find them. Happy birthday, Luke. So there you go. All right. What did I say? What did I say NorCal when it was Chad? Sorry, Chad. What else do we have here? It was Joe Robbie Stadium. Queen would have been a badass performance. Queen would be good. The thing about Queen is the music obviously will translate, right? But because you don't have Freddie and all that kind of stuff, and it's probably why. That's all. Let's see. Davis even shouted, "I'm here" to the fans before he got hurt. They were saying it was a conspiracy by Mac's owner to trade Luka. They want to move the Mavs to Vegas. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. That'll never happen. There's no reason to move the team out of Dallas, bro. So that won't happen. That's just silly shit that people write and other people will repeat like you now. You're repeating silly shit that has no truth to it whatsoever. You got to let that stuff go. Let's get to a little music history. And music news, too. All right, let's start off with musicians born on February 10th. Cliff Burton, bass player with Metallica. He was killed in 1987 when the tour bus crashed, traveling from between Stockholm and Copenhagen. He was crushed to death under the bus, unfortunately, and he was born on this date in 1962. Let's see. Norman Harris, guitarist, songwriter, and producer, worked with the Delphonics and the Tramps. Nigel Olsson, drummer with Elton John, born in this date in 1949. Jimmy Merchant, singer and American Puerto Rico doo-wop group Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers. I had no idea that they were a Puerto Rican doo-wop group, Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers. Had no idea. Wouldn't figure that a Puerto Rican doo-wop group would be even accepted in those days. Pretty amazing. Roberta Flack, the great Roberta Flack, born in the state in 1973. Killing Me Softly. Great song. All right, that's for musicians born on this date. Let's go with other famous folk celebrating birthdays today. Elizabeth Banks, movie actress. She is 51 today. Barry Sloan, TV actor, is 44. Laura Dern, movie actress, is 58. Max Christie, NBA player, is 22. Robert Wagner is 95 today. What happened on that boat, Robert? Bob Iger, Disney, 74 years old today. And that is it with famous folk celebrating birthdays. Sean Stanley, do we have any wrestlers born on this date, sir?
We actually do have a pretty long list of wrestlers here. Apollo Sugawara is 71. Bolton Oleg turns 32. Gentleman Chris Adams was born on this date in 1955. Sadly, we lost him in 2001. Kevin Matthews turns 42. Louis Spicolli was born on this date in 1971. Lost him way too soon in 1998. Taji Ishimori turns 42 and hopefully getting elected into the WWE Hall of Fame this year. Victoria, she turns 54. Those are your birthdays for February 10th, 2025.
Okay. February 10th, let's go with music history. What happened today in music history? In 77, the Clash started recording their debut album in London. The band wound up taking just 3 weekend sessions to finish up their entire record and did it for a mere $6,500. In 72, David Bowie performed in Tolworth, England, his first gig as Ziggy Stardust. In 78, Van Halen's debut album, Van Halen, was released. In 75 on this date, the original Stooges bassist Dave Alexander died at 28 from pneumonia. He was fired from the group in 1970, showing up for a gig too drunk to perform. In 97, Blur released their hit self-titled fifth album. In 98, Axl Rose was charged with disorderly conduct after getting into an argument with a baggage handler at an Arizona airport. In 79, Rod Stewart started a 4-week run at number 1 with Do You Think I'm Sexy, his third chart topper. It was a good day for him because his album, Blondes Have More Fun, was also number 1, where it stayed for 3 weeks. In 06, Creed singer Scott Stapp married former Miss New York 2004 in Miami. The joyous day wound up being even more memorable when Scott was arrested on suspicion of being drunk in a public place as he tried to board a plane to Hawaii. And that, my friends, is what happened today in music history. All right. What else do we have going on? Oh, let's see. By the way, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. Ho Yoon, as always, dude, thank you so much. Every week, that man is always making a donation to the show and helping us grow. Thank you, Ho Yoon. Very nice of you. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. As always, Jimmy just showing off. We all get motivated with our new jobs. Eventually, he's going to do Jimmy Butler shit, and Draymond's going to piss him off and ask for another trade. I don't even know if it'll get to that. I just think his body will break down. I think he'll get injured. So, Big O saw the movie. He Got Game with Denzel Washington, and I got to say, Rosario Dawson was looking fine. She's a good-looking woman. I think Sean should add Shakira to the music history backdrop. 1% care about this. Yeah. I saw where they, speaking of music, they put the top 10 guitarists of all time. You know who got number 1? Jimi Hendrix, my guy. Born on November 27, 1942. Number 2 was Jimmy Page. Number 3 was Eddie Van Halen. Number 4 was Eric Clapton. Number 5 is Slash. Number 6 is David Gilmour. Number 7, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Number 8, Kirk Hammett. He would not be in my top 10. He would not be in my top 25. Number 9, Tony Iommi. And number 10, Brian May from Queen. I'd put Brian May a little higher there, but whatever. I mean, it's all subjective, whatever. I'd probably put Eddie Van Halen in front of Jimmy Page too, but that's just me. The thing with Page is the music he wrote is what just becomes absolutely crazy. 850 Kane, why Sterling Shepard and Ty Law? Are they birthdays today or something? Is that what he's telling me? I'm wondering. Sterling Shepard and Ty Law. Did both play for Michigan?
Ty Law is celebrating a birthday today. I'm guessing it's birthday related.
And he played for Michigan, right?
Hold on a minute.
Because I'm almost.
I want to say Ty Law played for Michigan.
Because
yeah,
I'm
University of Michigan. Yep.
And I think Sterling Shepard also played for Michigan.
Hold on a minute. I will let you know.
I think.
He played at the University of Oklahoma.
Oh, okay. All right.
Right. There's only one Sterling Shepard, right? There's not like
Yeah. The receiver. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Receiver. Yeah. Okay. Just making sure. But no, he was at University of Oklahoma.
And 850 Kane says Lenny Dykstra was born on this date also, February 10th, 1963. So he's giving us a bunch of athletes that were born on this date, apparently. So there you go. All right. I like it. What else do we have to talk about in the world of sports? Oh, God. So that's about it, folks. That's about it. That about does it. I appreciate all of you out there, as always, for keeping it locked here on the show and supporting us and hitting the like button and making a donation, visiting our amazing sponsors. Thank you. Appreciate all of you out there. We thank, of course, the great Sean Stanley. We don't forget to hit the like button before you go. Very important. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bad channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.